you'll be able to see behind us. I'm not dealing with that harsh light that we were dealing with earlier on. It's clouded over like I hoped, but it is getting later in the day now. Now I'm quite far and quite deep into the forest, so I am returning to camp before it gets too dark. But as I've came back, been admiring the ambient light that we're getting. You know, that sun's more or less disappeared behind the cloud now, but what that leaves behind is the natural light that we've got coming here. Now we've got this old boardwalk, it's really rustic, so it's got some character, and I just love the light that's created. And then we've got this boardwalk leading through the shot. Now what I've noticed is obviously the ambient light, but we've got these trees and I've managed to separate them, and they kind of lead you through the image as well as the boardwalk itself. And then to your right hand side we've got some more trees catching that light, and what I've made sure to do, I've made sure that you can see the pathway all along. Because there's more light, the trees at the end are standing out a lot more, so it's kind of like a natural vignette. It goes from dark to light and just takes you through the shot, and I just think it's a nice shot to capture while I'm heading back. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any more images because we're losing that light pretty quick, and I have to make my way out the forest. It is quite a clamber out the forest, but what a beautiful day it's been, it really has. I'm taking it at f9, focusing a third into the shot, and that's getting everything sharp that I want sharp. So I'm going to get back, get this shot, and I hope you like it. Well, good morning guys. Back down in the forest this morning, got up bright and early. We had a hearty breakfast. What a lovely breakfast it was. Scrambled egg, fruit, toast, you name it, it was there, not forgetting the coffee. So the guys have headed somewhere else today, and I've decided to stay in Carmanah Provincial Park because you remember the day before we did have that bright sunlight. It was hard to work with. Now the reason I've got in early this morning is because we have got some cloud cover, so I wanted to make sure that I got in here and had some overcast conditions until that sun makes its way through. Now whether it makes its way through I'm not sure. So I've made my way down here. I'm in amongst these amazing trees, and I've came across the first shot that I want to try. So I haven't came far, but what I wanted to do was include the full scene if I could. Gain separation between all the trees and also discard that broken tree at the same time. So it's just going to be a nice wide shot of this scene that I've got behind us. Beautiful, we're getting some lovely ambient light coming in. It's casting its light on the sides of those trees along with the mosses, and it's just a nice forest feel. So it's an image I want to capture. Now the bugs are pretty bad today, they're probably climbing all over the lens. but they're not as bad as last time. If you remember last time when I was down here, if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link above. The mosquitoes were terrible, but we haven't had any rainfall, so that's a good reason why we haven't got to deal with so many bugs. I'm just going to be including part of that sky. I'll probably crop some of it off at the top. It's just going to be a nice wide scene, but where we've got that light, it actually draws the viewer's eye through the scene, and then you've got these lovely trees either side of that light. So I'm taking this at 24mm again, f16, no polarizer. I don't want to use the polarizer because it does oversaturate those colours in the forest, and the light's nice and balanced, so it's not too harsh, and it's just nice today. It's just nice not having that bright sunshine to deal with. You can slow down, it's a lot calmer, and it's silent in the forest. Well, what a different day it is. It's nice and calming today. I'm not panicking, I'm not rushing about because of that light that we were dealing with yesterday. And that's one thing when you get overcast conditions like this, it really does help you slow down and just embrace nature itself. Now I've made my way further along from where I was before. I'm actually on the fringe of the river now, and I've just came up this network of trails. I'm going to be going back into the forest, but I've walked past this scene a few times. There's some lovely textures. There's a tree grown out of a nurse log by the looks of it, but it's broke away on the bottom. Some of the soil's broken away and some of the rotten wood, and it's revealed these patterns behind. So I've got the 1:400 out and really homed in on the area of interest. It's a very small area that I'm looking at here, but there's some nice colours in there, some nice lights and browns, and there's also a face. You know me and my faces, but you can kind of make out a mouth, a nose, two eyes, and then I'm just going to capture that area. So I've gone in at 135mm. I'm going to take 2 shots because it does go a bit deeper in the corner, in the right corner, so I want to make sure, as always, that I capture all that detail. But it's a lovely detail shot. When you're in the forest, don't be always tempted to go for the bigger scenes. Don't forget about looking closer in at those detail shots. Fungi, you know, the surface of the fungi, some lovely patterns and some lovely colours. So this is just going to be a nice simple shot. I've chosen the square aspect ratio in camera. It really helps us, like I've said in the past, to discard any distractions. No need for the polarizer. We've got that overcast sky, so there's no harsh light in this area or highlights, and it's just going to be a simple image. So I'm going to get back and get this shot, and I hope you like it. I hope you can see the face. Leave a comment below if you can, or is it just me? So I'll get this shot, put it on the screen above, and I hope you like it. Well, what can I say? We've got that bright sunshine now, we've got those blue skies, but I've came out the forest there down towards the river, and it's like paradise. What a location it really is. The waters are crystal clear. We have got a bit of a breeze coming up the river here, but it's just amazing to see. You'll be able to see some of the old growth trees that have collapsed over time into this stretch of river. What I'm going to be looking for around here, I have had a quick look, I wasn't coming across anything, but I'm going to look for those finer details, shaded area. I said to you the other day, even if you've got that bright sunlight, you can still find images. Just got to look in a bit closer and looking for them shaded areas. But I've had a dip in the water, but not a swim. I just had a paddle and change of clothing. It's still pretty cold to swim, so I didn't want to go straight in there, especially when I'm by myself. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the time here. I'm going to have something to eat now and just sit back and enjoy the moment, take in this amazing place. It really is like paradise. And then I'm going to retrace my steps, venture through the forest, looking at compositions that I've took already. You know, I've always said about when that light changes, the whole scene changes, so they're always worth going back to and retaking. I'm not sure if we're going to get any more cloud. We'll have to cross our fingers on that one, but I'm just going to enjoy this amazing area. So I've came back into the forest. It's lovely and cool in here. It's definitely got its own climate. We've got the wind whistling through the forest, through the treetops. We've still got that harsh light in the blue sky, so it's not making for great photography at the moment. So I am going to take a walk back through this forest. Now, I tried for some detail shots when I was down by the river, and I noticed that a lot of the logs and the tree stumps, they've been weathered and they were pretty flat. There wasn't much in the way of textures. Now, I did come across some flowers that were lovely, that really were nice, so I thought, you know what, I'm not a flower photographer, but I wanted to have a go, so I took a couple of images and I hope they have turned out. That's what you've got to do. If you've never photographed a particular subject before, just get in there and have a go. Now, it is quite far back to the camp. You know, I've got a bit of a hike out and it's mid-afternoon now, so I am going to head that way. But I just want to thank everyone and thank Adam for inviting us on the trip. What an amazing trip it's been, it really has, and I'm sure everyone else has thoroughly enjoyed it as well. Now, they're out at the Chihuahua Giant today. They're checking out one of the largest trees in Canada. Now, I've been there before, but I wanted to really spend as much time in this forest as I could, because when I get back the day after tomorrow, I have got to go back to work, unfortunately. But it's been brilliant. Now, the food's been amazing. Misha and the boyfriend, they've been up early morning, late at night. What can I say? Absolutely fantastic. So thanks for the food, guys. And the rest of the group, it's been great to meet everyone, share the photography, share the experience, and share it as one, as a group. So it's been absolutely amazing. But I am going to head back because this light is so bright. I'm going to have a slow walk back. I might get some more images yet. I'm going to be greedy. But if not, it is time to call it an end to today's video. I'm and I hope you've enjoyed the experience with us, because it's been absolutely brilliant being able to share it with you guys. Can't wait to get back, look through all the images, look through all the video, and then at some point get round to putting it all together. Now, I have got my website up and running now, and I'm really pleased with how it's looking. I'm going to be putting images from my trip here and any other images that I take in future. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope you've enjoyed the adventure with the rest of the guys. It's been great to share it with you. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments below your thoughts on the images, the video as a whole, and it'd be great to hear from you. But from me and this amazing forest, until next time, thanks for watching. Bye bye.